I wanted to do this video with the idea to even help other men and other married couples in general. Is it an expectation or thought that the man should get something too? Do you feel like I should ask you to be my Valentine? What have you heard as the expectations or thoughts of women, of wives, that they are expecting on this day? So once we get our billions, I will fly Chrystle out to the coast of Italy, looking at some mountains and how beautiful it is, eating dinner on a yacht.
What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Don't keep up with the Joneses.
What's up, beautiful people, to another episode of the Jones Family Channel. It's me, Rickey Jones Jr. We also have the oh so lovely
Chrystle Jones.
And we are here on after our Valentine's Day feast, right? How did you like dinner tonight? Let me first ask you that.
I enjoyed it. You
Yes.
ordered some of my favorites. So,
I do.
Yeah,
You
I
enjoyed it? Yes, and so
And
even
spending time with you, of course.
is always a win. I agree. Likewise with you. The food came about because in our past conversations, you had shared that a way to your heart is by way of food.
Yes, if you love me, feed me.
And that was the line that you said. And I was like, okay, I had to think about what she wants and what we haven't had and what could be the thing that brings a smile to her face. So I'm happy that this was one of the ones that did it for you. And even as it is and on Valentine's Day specifically that it is, I wanted to do this video with the idea to even help other men and other married couples in general, right?
Okay.
Because even as we ate, we talked about Valentine's Day, what it means, what are your expectations, what are your thoughts around it. And even while at work today, I had this epiphany from having various conversations with people about how I should do things going forward on Valentine's Day that I'm gonna definitely share. So here we are on Valentine's Day, and with that being said, what have you heard as the expectations or thoughts of women, of wives, that they are expecting on this day?
I don't know if I've heard anything, but I would say I think that wives specifically probably are expecting that a gentleman or their husband would do the same things that they did for them while they were dating, if not maybe like a little more, because now they're the wife. So I would say they would expect the same or a little more.
Now that they're married.
Yeah.
I like that. So essentially you're saying the foundation that you have established during dating is what you build upon while being married.
Yeah, I would say in general, women think, and I think men do to a certain degree.
That is true.
Men do as well. Like, whatever you're doing while we're dating, I'm thinking you're going to do the same thing. Yeah. Maybe even more now that we're married.
Right. And the question came because for me, like holidays and things, I don't get into it. Thank you. Except for like Christmas. I do get into like the gift giving, and then so that was me. But then as I was having conversations today, I was talking to other married women and one single girl, which was cool because her parents brought her gifts, and she was saying how it's something that her parents have done since she was young. They would say, oh, you're my Valentine's, and they would give her gifts and things like that. So it was cool that even as an adult at her place of work, they brought her different things. And so boom, on the married side, there was a young lady that said her expectations were for like flowers and maybe food to be sent for lunch, and then maybe dinner. And I was like, oh snap, like whoa. And because I mean my mind didn't even I've never thought about that,
thinking that train, right? And I think like with me, even when my dad would do different stuff, it was always a surprise. And I think like there's the element of like the surprise for Valentine's Day. So like even though I knew he would give me flowers, I knew he would give me a bear, like I could be in first period and I'm waiting, like, I know it's coming. It's just a matter of when.
Okay.
And so even if it showed up in third period, if it showed up in fifth period, when I got in the homeroom, if it was there, then it's like, even though I know it's coming, it's still the surprise and the fun of it's here.
Okay.
So I think, like, there's that expectation of, like, oh, it's going to be that thing. Like, obviously, my parents live together. But my dad always sent my mom flowers to work. Mm-hmm. He could have easily just given to her in the morning, but he always had them delivered to work. Okay. And so, because there's just that element of like, oh, this is like a public display. And I think that's the difference between like Valentine's Day and like other regular days. Because like regular days, like, yeah, we know you're married, you're together, whatever. But Valentine's Day is a day that's just set aside to celebrate, just like we have days to celebrate any number of things. It's a day that's set aside to celebrate a public display of love.
And I'm receiving it all, right? Because we're 10 going on 11 years of marriage, and I feel like this year is a year where change is necessary in my perspective, because even as you were speaking, I was fighting against like all my like rebuttals and my feelings and thoughts behind the holiday. And but I'm accepting and I'm hearing your heart, right? And I'm accepting what you're saying. And, you know, I felt like even as I was talking to other people and whatnot, that maybe I need to shift and make a change and, you know, bring a smile to my wife's face that she had. Like, one girl, the husband did deliver flowers, and she was so happy. Like, I was happy for her. Like,
right, you see the happiness that she had.
Right.
It's like, it's not something you have to do, but the fact that you choose to do it, even after, like, you already have me as your wife, like, but you choosing to be like, no, I want you to know, like, and I feel like even, like, my dad, like, he would just do a lot of, like, oh my gosh, the flowers would be like just these crazy huge bouquets that he would send to my mom and stuff. Like, but that, you know, my dad was just like that. But it's like, nobody's gonna get a bigger bouquet than you today. Like,
that was a statement.
That was right. Like,
gotcha.
Who sends this many flowers?
Right.
Like, he would fill the house with flowers. Like, but it's just because, not that he didn't give her things worth much more than flowers on other days or do different things on other days, but it was just like, if there's a day that's set aside to say, hey, tell the person that you love them, like, he's like, I'm gonna make sure everybody knows I love you more than anybody.
So what's your thing? Like, if I was to get an abundant amount of something, what would it be?
I don't know. It's funny because
you don't like flowers.
My
right?
first thought is like food, but then I don't want so much food I can't even eat it.
Okay. So food gift cards that you could scatter throughout the.
I guess.
Well, what would be your thing? 'Cause you don't like flowers, right?
No, I'm not really a flower person
That's
because
what I
they
thought.
like die.
Right. And I remember you keeping a flower in the freezer, like in the beginning.
Well, no, I hairsprayed it and then I made it into potpourri. So, but you know, just through, which I kept those for years, but just through us moving and all, eventually I didn't have them anymore. So I mean, if you got me flowers, that's probably what I would do to them, and I would just keep them again. But obviously then I wouldn't need flowers every year, because once I do that to them, they last for years.
Yeah.
But
that is a secret. You can spray it with hairspray.
I don't know what would be a thing that you could get a lot of, like.
But just a thought. It's a thought. Now,
I think you planning is what would be the thing for me, because you don't really plan.
I was thinking, would that wear off? Because right now I don't plan. Like, I don't do it. I don't. And this is I won't say the first, because I think this may be the second in our 10 years. First was the flowers. This is the second. The first was the flowers were them getting our marriage. But I only did it because I felt like you had to. But then I realized like I didn't want to. But now the want to, right? There's been a lot of talk about the wife, right? The woman getting things. Is it an expectation or thought that the man should get something too? Or is it a woman's holiday?
I wouldn't say it's like a woman's holiday. I feel like it could just look different. Okay. It just depends. You do it where you are. You know, I got you a little something.
Right, the ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right, I was like, hold on, it's more?
No,
It was the way you said it.
Yeah. I got you the ice cream, and it's just the thought. But I think for me,
the ice cream that I really like it's
specifically,
it's a nice ice cream that I specifically like that I don't get regularly. So yes.
Yeah. So for me, it's just the thought. But I think for me, a lot of gifts are about the thought.
Okay.
Not necessarily the thing. It's just the thought and the intentionality behind what you're doing. So. Yeah, I think, but I don't think it should be that women are just on the receiving end. Men should also be, I would say, especially once you're married. Now, if you're dating, I don't know, it could be different, but especially if you're married, like there should be like a reciprocal.
Okay.
I think that's nice.
I like it, and even in that respect, do you feel like I should ask you to be my Valentine? Do you feel some type of way that I didn't ask you?
No, but I didn't expect anything, so.
Okay. So anything would have been better than what you expected. Because that's the foundation I laid. Yeah, no, it's definitely. So
if you'd have been like, oh, will you be my Valentine? I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Like, yes.
Wow. That's cool. Because I did see like a TikTok the other day, and a wife was mad at the husband for not doing it after like years of being married. He like spazzed out, and I just thought that's so dumb. Like, but,
no, I mean I wouldn't get mad about it, but at the same time,
you haven't gotten mad about
right? It. Like I know you, so I didn't expect you to.
Yeah,
I would say like if she spazzed out like that, like what was the, or got so upset, like what was the expectation that, what did he do that made her expect that?
Yeah.
Or was it their first year of marriage and she just thought, but then at the same time, if you've been dating this whole time and he's always been asking, she probably just thought this is what we do.
Yeah.
So
why you didn't do it?
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm building. I'm gonna get to my climactic end.
Okay.
So with Rain, right? You talked about your dad doing the lavish things for you at school. I did it once for Rain, and that took a lot, right? And she's been excited ever since. Like she carries the stuffed animal with her. She's taking it from Tampa to South Africa, right back to Tampa. She's named it. It has never left her bed. Truthfully, like it's never left her bed, right? And so that's a beautiful thing, and not tearing up, but nonetheless, in all that to say, like, what do you think that, as your dad did for you, what do you think that could be done for Rain? Like, what do you think will be good for me to do?
I mean, even if you just give her candy, it doesn't have to be like this wild, elaborate thing.
Yeah.
But just something that she likes. Oh, she likes bears, give her a bear. She likes candy, give her candy. Or she likes balloons, give her a balloon. Like, again, I know for me, not, which we know, like flowers, I'm gonna kill them. But like, for me, I love that in the middle of the day, they were delivering flowers to me. And they were from my dad.
At school.
Right. So I think like, Range is very communicative, so you can ask her what you want. But she may list a lot of things. In a trip. But in a trip, she didn't want you to take her around the world and everything. She's going to Japan, all that. But I feel like just something that she knows, like, hey, you thought of me today. And I think probably like right now, it's like she's little, so it's nice. But especially as she gets older and you're in high school and stuff, you don't want to be the only one walking around and don't have anything.
Yes.
Because everybody else, they have their boyfriends or whatever. So I would say, especially in those years where it's like, all your friends got something, you got nothing. Like, even if it's from your dad, it's like, it's still at least you're not walking around with nothing. Like, no, I'm loved.
Yeah. Now, would he do things for your brothers too, or do you think I should do something for Rickey as well?
No, he wouldn't.
Okay. And it was okay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I'm learning, right? I'm learning. It was just me in the house, so I'm learning how to make sure you don't show favoritism, because that was a thought that went into that question, and making sure it's
Mr.
cool.
Hanson, he got his own his own situation. I would say like, oh, I would give him something, but
he trying to get other people
right. He's trying to get his own Valentine
something, right? Already.
So I just let him do what he doing. I mind my business. I ain't bothering spending no money on a car for you, sir.
Right.
You're looking at somebody else.
You're looking at some plotting and planning for a future. No, I dig that. Okay. And so as I build upon what's been shared around the holiday itself, and even like I said, through the conversations that I was having today with multiple people, right? I realized that, man, like I haven't been doing enough. And I was like, okay, make the change. No, it's the truth. I haven't been doing anything. Like,
right. I would just say you haven't been doing anything. Now you haven't been doing enough.
Which I would say not doing anything is not doing enough. Because I haven't been doing anything. You just gotten used to it, which is not a good thing, I would say. Right? You just gotten used to me not doing anything. But nonetheless, in all, why are you looking like that?
I don't know, because I guess I don't see it that way.
Okay.
And I don't feel it that way either.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like, especially for people whose husbands don't never do anything for them, then yes, it's a bigger deal. But I feel like you're constantly thinking about our family, and even more so thinking of me specifically, and just making me happy, bringing me joy in any number of ways. So I think that's why, to me, you not doing it on specifically Valentine's Day, you're also the type that's like, I'm gonna just do all this stuff the day before, the day after, just to protest the day. Like, so to me, like, I understand you're just not like a holiday person in general, but you still make sure to show me that love and care. So it's not that you don't do anything, you don't do things on that specific day, but you do things.
Correct. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm taking a step forward. But you let me know if I need to pull my foot back and not take a step.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, okay, if you're like, oh,
so here's my thought.
Here you want to do things.
Yeah.
Like, here, now you're hearing like, oh, she would like it if I did these and this, that, and the third.
Right.
Go ahead and do this, that, and the third. But I definitely wouldn't say you haven't been doing enough. I would never take one day and blanket over the context of our marriage that way.
Which is always a reminder not to compete or compare. That is true.
Because you're awesome to me.
I appreciate that. So now I gotta figure out what I'm about to do. Because if I'm not, I wasn't doing enough, right? Because I wasn't doing anything. And I was allowing for my thought was I was allowing for like selfish perspectives about holidays, to limit the expression and of the holiday specifically, right? The love day. Because I mean, Rain was all about it yesterday. She was talking about, it's about to be Valentine's Day, my Valentine. I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, you putting them all this expectation that is nothing coming for you. Like, what are you doing? Except for this food. This food was for you, but you're not here. Right. But so let me just say this, and we can have fun with it from there. My thought was that, like you said, even in me sharing that I had planned for a dinner, you loved that, you appreciated that, and you valued that. And I was like, okay, cool. You gotta step the game up, because you shouldn't. My thought was that you shouldn't have to text that. It should be something that you receive because you are loved, you are valued, you are appreciated. So for me to say this is what's coming, and for you to respond is like, oh, it's like a shock. Not that I felt like you didn't feel that way in general. So I was like, all right, for Valentine's Day, previous to this video, we started talking about anniversaries, all that stuff. I'm gonna get there. But for Valentine's Day, my thought is, okay, let me plan things, right? And even hearing you out during this time, let me plan things that I know that she would like and appreciate. And boom, we can do those things. And even for like Rain, my thought was for Rain and Rickey to make sure that they always get something, whether it's like some candy or Rain a stuffed animal or some flowers. I never thought about delivering it to school. However, I think it could be cool. I'll see what her school says about that. However, just making sure she knows that she's loved, and with a thought. This is what my thought was, being a male. You can let me know if it's not the case, but my thought is, if I do it as a father for Rain, that it would then create an expectation of what she would expect for a man to do for her in the long run. However, talking and hearing from you is kind of like, that's not always the case, because your dad did above and beyond, and then here I come on the day of and do nothing. And so...
Yeah, I would say, I think that guys think, specifically fathers think, oh, you know, guys say like, I'm taking my daughter out to dinner so she's not feeling like so excited when your scrubby son takes her to dinner. Oh, I'm taking my daughter on all these trips so then she don't feel whatever so excited when your scrubby son want to take her, you know, somewhere across the street or whatever. That's not actually how it works.
In the long run.
It's literally not how it works, because the love of a father is different than the love of someone who has no obligation to love you. Like, now, are there dads that don't love their daughters well? Yeah, 1,000%. But they definitely should. There's nothing that's different from you, a guy who chooses to love me, be in a relationship with me. Like, you could have known me, I could have been a stranger, you went your way. Like, there's no reason. So that it doesn't, I know guys think that. I would definitely say my dad, the way my dad treated me showed me how a man should treat me. It showed me things that should happen, but it didn't mean, it didn't make me create a standard for the way I would require someone to treat me if I liked them. Because again, thinking, you've never been a date person. You've never been like, let me get you flowers. You've never been, like, none of that has ever been your thing. But my dad took me on dates. My dad bought me flowers. He bought me jewelry. He took me places. Like, he did all of those things. You didn't do any of those things. But because I love you, that standard had nothing to do with my choosing you.
And the way that I choose, I feel comfortable expressing my love is what you were able to receive.
Right, because at the same time, you definitely, now I would say respect is a big thing. Fathers can definitely set a tone for what respect looks like. Because, you know, I've said, like, we don't be yelling at each other. My dad always said, listen, yelling is not a thing. Two adults should not be in the house yelling at each other. Hitting is not a thing. So definitely respect was a standard that was set, but how love is displayed, I think that's something that's cultivated within a relationship, and you don't do those things, but you've never made me feel like I wasn't loved. So it's displayed, it's just displayed in different ways.
Right. That's fun. Because now it's making me think about like the love language stuff and all of that. Because like mine is like quality time in a sense. I like to. But nonetheless, I'm not going to get into that. Okay. I felt like I hit record and felt like I made strides. During this video, I felt like I don't know.
No, I would say like I did clearly communicate. No, I would love it if you surprised me and planned something like, oh, Chrystle, like I made dinner reservations for us.
On Valentine's Day.
Wear this dress, or anytime.
Oh.
Literally any time. And then on Valentine's Day is just another time that it's like, see, and I would say again, even for me, a card. Like, I just want you to know, I know this is a day that people say something to the person that they love, right? And so I'm saying that through a card. I'm saying that through not sending flowers, because you know flowers aren't my thing, but you know, through whatever way it is. Some people made whole reels. I posted a picture of you and I said my forever Valentine. Like, not because you were expecting it, not even, I tagged you, but not even necessarily because I was like, oh, he's gonna see this. I didn't make a whole reel, I didn't make it a whole event, but I was like, nah, I got my man, I'm gonna, I want to be a part of the display of love. And so that this day offers. And so, yeah, I think it can come in different forms. So, yeah, and then I think you do it at the level you're at. Like, if you had $1 billion and we was eating like crabs at a table, I'd be like, $1 billion? You couldn't have did nothing else?
They'd be happy we had these crabs at the table.
With $1 billion? Beef of billions? So I think also that's something too that is like, is different in a marriage. You have common goals. And so whether it's, Valentine's Day, whether it's anniversary, birthdays, Christmas, anything, with us, we share money. So there's that. But like, you have common goals. And so don't let one holiday overtake goals that you all have and strides that you're making towards things. The day will come where you'll be able to do things on big display. Like, beef for $1 billion, but I bought you ice cream? What are we actually doing? You know what I mean? Like, so I think it also just goes into what can you do? You know what I mean? And so just executing that way. I feel like if we had all the billions of dollars, I feel like you are the type that would just be like, hey, babe, I got you this watch. I got you this shoes. I got you. Like, you would do those things because, I like gifts, you think about me when you're out and about and you're seeing things. And so then sometimes it's just a matter of being in that space to execute on some of the things you would do, but you do execute on what you can do right now. Just like I execute on what we can do right now. And I think I see the value in that, and I always have seen the value in that.
And I appreciate that. And I want to make sure, right? I got it. So this is what I have. Okay. I brought into this apartment because, I came in talking about I got an epiphany. Like, I'm ready for it. I got an anchor that I'm about to anchor the rest of our years from. Okay. Now the anchor's up, crank it up, and now I have an understanding. Okay. From you. Which ultimately I should get that from because you're the person that I'm going to be displaying my love to. And the realization is that every woman is different. Yes. And every man is different. However, as you desire to take part in the day, which is in this specifically case known as Valentine's Day, you do it in the way that your person would desire it the best, not necessarily in a way that would be better than the rest. Right. Boom. And so most likely your mom loved flowers, and so boom, because she does, because she still does have flowers around and things like that. And so I know what works best for you. I also know that in all the good doings for Rain, it may not translate to somebody on the other end as a male pursuing her, doing those things and all of that.
And that means she's going to make them do these things. Yeah.
No, maybe that'd be a standard.
Right. Maybe they love her and they are really great, but they literally just don't even have the capacity to do whatever the things are.
Or don't want to, or don't even think to. Right. Like when we went on our first date, it was because you said, "Hey, you need to take me on a date." I was like, "Oh, sure, I can do that. Like, where you want to go?" And boom, we went on a date, and
because I like eating food.
And we went in.
So it makes sense that I would want you to take me go eat somewhere.
Yeah, it makes sense that.
Take me to eat.
So we used to eat at the apartment. I was quite fine with that. Right. But because that's me, right? Nonetheless, I'm at ease. But I will say this, like, I do plan on doing things like for the kids, right? Getting them candy, both. Getting Rain a little bit more, right? And
you can do these things for me too.
I was gonna get to you. I started with them because they're low level. Okay. Yeah. And for you, I like surprising, but you don't.
I do.
It don't always work out.
You just have to surprise
This was
me
the
with
best
things I
surprise.
want.
This was the best reception of a
Because you
surprise.
surprised me with something that I want.
You didn't even know this was coming.
Right. You surprised me with something that I want. I
I
liked
always
it.
surprise you with something you want. This is the first time you received it well.
Do you?
Yep. Exactly. That's exactly. And so, at the end of the day, what I will do is surprise you and send you something.
Okay. Is that surprising me telling me?
No, it's two different things.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't say what I'm gonna send.
Okay.
I just said I'm gonna send you something,
Okay.
and I will surprise you with something as well,
Okay.
like dinner and stuff.
That would be nice.
I really don't like to do that, but okay.
Why?
Because I don't like being out there like right now
I know. Wait, what do you mean right now?
on Valentine's Day.
Oh. Right, but that's even part of
You
it.
get
It's like,
limited
man,
menus.
you really went out of your way to like somebody getting a date outside on Valentine's Day, like they went out the way.
I thought I went out of the way getting this Uber Eats.
Because Uber Eats is so inconvenient.
You don't know. I don't get stressed, but you don't know the pressure that I was up under to pick the right food
Okay.
by myself.
Okay.
When have I ever picked a dinner for us?
No, you haven't. I don't think.
Except for Taco Tuesday.
You're right.
Exactly.
No, I mean, and I'm appreciative and I love it. I think you did a great job.
And I've got table cover.
You did.
I
And you
did.
put
I
it
bought
out.
a tray for us to eat in.
No,
bought a
I
card.
told you. I like all of this.
I have wet
I'm
wipes. I have
very
napkins.
happy.
I thought about all of that. I had all of that in mind.
I'm very happy with what you've done. It matters to me.
Here's the thing. It's only going to get better. Now, I'm not saying every
Better than
year.
crabs.
I'm not saying every year is going to get better than the previous year. That is the goal. I take that back. Thank you, Lord. That is a goal for every year to get better upon itself as we continue to get better in life. So once we reach the billions, then we will do a video where we fly out to, where do you want to fly? Where do you want to fly to eat dinner for Valentine's Day?
Right now, I've
Yeah,
had
right now.
my eyes on the Amalfi coast in Italy.
So we're going to fly
But
to,
specifically, I want to fly there. I want to rent a yacht, and I want to eat on the yacht, looking back at the coast, because that's how you'll really be able to take in and experience where you are. If you're inside the mountain, you can't see it. So we need to be on the water looking back.
so the water is not what you want to see. You want to see the mountain.
Yes, because it looks so beautiful.
Okay. So once we get our billions, I will fly Chrystle out to the coast of Italy, looking at some mountains and how beautiful it is, eating dinner on a yacht. All that to say, ladies and gentlemen, you can begin from anywhere, like myself, nowhere, and strive to greatness, right? But at the end of the day, what I will say is, this is like one of the few times that Chrystle and I have had conversations revolving around Valentine's Day and her expectations around Valentine's Day. And more than anything, this is definitely the first time how I can improve upon what I do on Valentine's Day. And so, hey, 10 years in, still learning something new, still doing new things. It's never too late. To the woman that may be thinking or wondering when is he gonna do. To the fella, hey, be open. And I just say it like that because I had to be open to be able to have the thought to do something beyond what I usually wouldn't do. And the desire to want to do what she is asking for, and ultimately what I want for her to feel, but just never gave it a second thought because I feel like you should feel like this every day. Like that was my thing, and maybe one day I'll share like my previous perceptions behind Valentine's Day, but I desire to do better before I share that because I don't want to get back into that by blowing that steam off, right? Because even as I was talking today at work, as I finalize this, even as I was talking today at work, I came off and shared like my perception about it, and they were taken aback, like, what, really? Because to know me, you would be surprised, like how I interact with Valentine's Day, especially with you, because I talk highly of you at work and whatnot. But nonetheless, in it all, I just found myself, all right, Ricky, shut up. Like, stop talking about how you feel about it. Don't say that to anybody else because it's ridiculous. Like, I literally heard Holy Spirit was like, it's ridiculous what you're saying. Listen to what they're saying so that you can change and have a change of heart for what you're doing. And so that was the epiphany, the aha moment. And I start hearing what they're saying they do and have received and what they have done as parents. And I was like, oh man, like, I am not doing what I could be doing. Is that a better way of saying it?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not doing what I could be doing. And so 2026, I am planning tomorrow for what Valentine's Day is going to look like for Chrystle, Rain, and Ricky.
It's crazy. I was listening to one of my classes, and this lady was talking about she got
oh, my bad.
This lady was saying how she was engaged and her fiance was like saving up all this money, etc., etc. Long story short, before they got married, because he was like, they're missionaries, and he's like, we won't have a lot of money. He saved up and purchased a gift for her for every holiday for their first year of marriage.
That's beautiful.
Like their 1 year anniversary, her birthday, St. Patrick's Day, like literally any holiday, President's Day, like any holiday. He saved up and he purchased a gift for her for every single holiday for their first year of marriage.
We don't compare.
I was like, wow.
Because hearing that
that's a person that pre-plans.
That's a person that pre-plans, and being a husband on the other end is like, why try? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was hearing.
Crazy.
But no, that's impeccable, and there are people like that, and I believe it's amazing, right? If you're a man that's been doing it, shouts out to you, like literally hats off to you. I am stepping into the new, and I'm excited to share with you all. And I was going to say, before I was like trying to cut you off to say it, somebody had commented on a previous video and said, hey, I was looking at Cherished Bible College videos and they saw you, and it was like, wait, that's Chrystle from the YouTube channel. And I was like, yo, she does go there.
In the video?
Yeah, you're in the video that they play there, because he goes to the Sainton campus and all of that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And so I did confirm you did go there while you were there. So
cool.
Yep, you are seeing. So shouts out to Cherished Bible College.
Yeah, definitely a very good school. I would definitely recommend it.
Boom diggity. And so with it all and it all, I appreciate you all. Thank you for being a part of my growth moments. And I don't want to call it a counseling section. However, a transformation session that did take place. And so I hope that this video helps you all to maybe spark conversations or even have other thoughts about what this holiday and future holidays can be, or what they could look like for you and yours that you love. And so we have a new, I would have never done that, but look at me, 10 years in.
I had to get one.
Getting soft, I tell you what. But I would get soft for you in the videos. But nonetheless, I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will see you on the next. We'll see you on the next one.